Victories in first seat. They're ready to go. Green lights, they're off. Lily May Storm misses the start by 15 metres. Beginning well was Illawong Pepper, and coming out in a break was Suave Taj. So the second favourite in a gallop as they go past the judge with 2 laps to go. Leading the way, Illawong Pepper. Dropping in onto the pegs was Be Good Zach, the counsellor in the centre. Valgadina 3 deep for Sugars onto the first turn. GY Jack was next of all. Through on the inside goes Ruby Victory. A break of 10 metres in the field to Clover Road. Next of all is Lily May Storm, and Suave Taj has just about lost all hope at the tail. They run through the Jim's Mowing Bend and head past the 1600. And the leader here is Illawong Pepper, taken on now by the favourite Valgadina. Lead time 37 seconds. This lead pair open up about 10 to 15 metres on the counsellor, who's on the improve. Around the outside of Be Good Zach. One off the markers is GY Jack, the counsellor. 3 back the pegs for Neil McCallum. Lily May Storm on the improve in the running line. Be Good Zach was on the back of the leader at one stage, is now 4 back the poles. Clover Road the outside of Ruby Victory, and now tacking on as Suave. Gadina leads the way. Sugar still sits against the favourite. 2.5 metres in front of GY Jack in second. Illawong Pepper sweating on that sprint lane run. Then Clover Road the counsellor. Suave Taj 200 to go. Valgadina first for home. Back to the sprint lane goes Illawong Pepper. GY Jack sticking on the outside. In front it is Valgadina. GY Jack grabbed it on the outside. GY Jack, Valgadina, Illawong Pepper on the sprint lane. GY Jack.
Victoria just about set. Terang Home Hardware trot. Green lights on, they're racing, and Russell Gallion came out quickly. GY Jack wasn't well away, and Russell Gallion's going to lead quite comfortably from Lowmont Success and Hanlon Parade. GY Jack trying to angle into the 1 out, 1 back trail in front of All About Abby. All About Abby's gallop now, dropping back. GY Jack maintains 3 wide move and goes forward in front of Lowmont Success to race without cover. Lockley Jacob next on the inside. 34-4, first quarter of the last mile. Well, he's first up in over 3 years, but he couldn't have wished for a better run. Russell Gallion, he leads by 2 metres. GY Jack second. In third spot was Hanlon Parade. As GY Jack goes to a narrow lead from Russell Gallion out of the back straight. Hanlon Parade third. I'm Not a Trotter starts to run on. Then Happy Ombre, Lowmont Success off the back straight in 29.7. And the leader now, GY Jack, takes over from Russell Gallion. On the outside, trying hard was I'm Not a Trotter, and then Happy Ombre to the outside and Hanlon Parade, but in front GY Jack with 100 to go. I'm Not a Trotter's come from last. He's trying to sustain the run. He is pegging back the margin, but he's still 3 metres away. GY Jack in front. I'm Not a Trotter late, but GY Jack.
The runners are moving forward. Stand start. The tapes are back, and they're away and trotting. Let's see Aleppo Murphy. How's he trotted off the mark okay today? And getting out nicely was Shifty Wall. He's going to lead comfortably. Going for a gallop in second spot was Lamont Success, but only briefly. And then all the others have charged past him. He went roughly again. Aleppo Murphy's moved up to second. Settling down third with a good start. Ainthatrightmacca. A break of about 8 metres away to the back marker. One of the back markers, Lombo Scrutinizer. On its inside, it's co-back marker, Columbia's DJ. And Lamont Success, after early trouble, is back trotting, but he's about probably 50 metres away from the bunch. As Aleppo Murphy made a smooth start today, and 30.7 the first quarter probably gives a better guide to the tempo, and he's out and striding, Aleppo Murphy, and he's out by a length on Shifty Wall, who's getting a nice trip in the trail as they're cutting out some time here as they head down past the post. In third, Ainthatrightmacca, and here's Columbia's DJ moving up 1 off, although Ainthatrightmacca's moved off in front of it, so it'll get a trail up. Lombo Scrutinizer sticks to the Lamont Success. Down near the 400 metre mark, and Aleppo Murphy's in front, but he's not travelling. Moving up on the outside, Ainthatrightmacca. He goes up to put his head in front. Aleppo Murphy not cornering well. He's got to lift the favourite. And then Lombo Scrutinizer around Shifty Wall into the straight. 28.7, they went down the back. Aleppo Murphy spent all his pennies and giving him the go by Ainthatrightmacca, and he's charging away Ainthatrightmacca. I think this might be goodbye to the track record. He is going to smash them. Ainthatrightmacca for Denby Wade, and Michael Gadsden are going to bolt in. Ainthatrightmacca by 20 metres.
They're ready. Tapes go back and the trotters are off and away. And Ain't That Right Macca stepped cleanly, as did Majestic Moves, and Jeter began well, and Here Comes the Cat was slowest of the four off the front line. A break of 20 metres further back through the early part to Charming Lavra, then Savannah JJ. Alpaco was away well. Uncas was slow off the mark, and out the back in the early stages is Hino. Off the back on the first occasion they run, and leading the way it's Ain't That Right Macca, 1.5 metres in front of Majestic Moves, who's applying the pressure on the outside. Jeter getting a lovely run through the early part of the race. 12 metres to Here Comes the Cat, followed in turn by Charming Lavra, then Savannah JJ. Next of all in the field was a favourite Alpaco. A break of 20 metres to Uncas, and then Hino the stablemate a further 50 metres away at the tail of the field. So Ain't That Right Macca is going to retain the 23.4, and leading the way it's Ain't That Right Macca. Charming Lavra now whips up around the outside, and Greg Shookers is going to roll on to the lead. Charming Lavra took over at the 1400 metre. Ain't That Right Macca will await upon it out on the Shady Shark Hanover sprint lane in third as they run into the Major and Art back straight. On the outside, Savannah JJ. Fifth on the peg line is Jeter, covered up in turn by Uncas at the 600. 5 metres Majestic Moves, and Here Comes the Cat calls it a day at the tail of the field. Running to the end of the back straight, and the leader is Charming Lavra. Second on the outside is Alpaco, and starting to get busy now, Craven, as they run past the quarter pole, and he's responding. On the pegs, Ain't That Right Macca. Then Savannah JJ in fourth, about to come 3 deep. Jeter behind them on the pegs, and Uncas was about to peel deeper. 30 seconds for the third quarter. Alpaco gets up on terms at the 200 with Charming Lavra, and now Savannah JJ down the outside. Ain't That Right Macca back to the Shady Shark Hanover sprint lane. Charming Lavra in front. Ain't That Right Macca the danger. Ain't That Right Macca hit the lead from Charming Lavra, and Ain't That Right Macca won the Terrain Trotters Cup.
200 to go. Green lights on. And they're off and racing now. The favourite away well from gate number 2, Champagne Taste, and it'll sail to the early lead from Love Me or Hate Me, who's coming over into second, and kicking up the middle, Just Be Modern. In fourth placing is Ordaz Benita, and Ain't That Right Macca's pretty fired up, trying to get restrained on the outside. It's going back to the tail. Skylar Hayne dropped down to the pegs from Wells Crest, and Ain't That Right Macca has gone back to the end of the field. It leads them into the straight past the 1200 by 1.5 metres. Second, Love Me or Hate Me. Third is Ordaz Benita, and Just Be Modern's enjoying the run of the race. It's fourth on the outside. Fifth came Skylar Hayne from Wells Crest, and Ain't That Right Macca has gone back to the inside. So a circuit left to run. And then Skylar Hayne, Wells Crest, Ain't That Right Macca's bolting at the end, but can't get a crack at them. Third quarter in only 30 seconds. Gee, the favourite should be able to zip up the straight and win here, Champagne Taste. At corners 3 metres in front. Emma Hamlin asked something, didn't respond, and running on strongly, Just Be Modern. Ain't That Right Macca's weave through, and here it comes, sprinting fast. Ain't That Right Macca's hit the front and comes right away. Ain't That Right Macca from last beats Wells Crest.
Big weekend coming. Big races coming. And Mildura, the fields aren't out yet, but they race on Sunday. Set the run. Lights on, they're racing now, and the out wide, that Lightning Point began well. Now, Ain't That Right Macca, the trotter, galloped away. He's dropped out to the tail. He's trotting pretty quickly, but he's lost 10 metres. Novak in front, and the Gotta Go collect pace. Leads by 3 metres. Second, the Big Show, and third, Put 'em Back. She's a Wingate, 1 out and 1 back. The inside Lightning Point, and Ain't That Right Macca is last of all, and spotting the leader some 15 metres. In the front straight, he's Novak in front. Leads by 3 metres. Second, the Big Show, doing the work outside of the leader. They put them back in third. She's a Wingate fourth, then Lightning Point, and last of all, Ain't That Right Macca. They hear the bell to travel. He's Novak in front. Off the back straight in 30.3. Put him back in second. She's a Wingate around the Big Show. Ain't That Right Macca has hooked out 4 wide. He is running on. Lightning Point last, but only 6 metres behind the leader. He's Novak into the straight. He's Novak is the pilot. Put him back goes for the inside runner. Ain't That Right Macca right down the outside. Ain't That Right Macca. He's Novak. Put him back the inside. Ain't That Right Macca. The trotter. He galloped away and he's still going to beat the paces. Ain't That Right Macca from...
Green lights on, they're away and trotting. The second of the night is underway. Galloping out was It's Not Dark Yet from the inside, and it drifts back to the end of the field. Getting away nicely is Shifty Wall. It leads out from Save Our Pennies. And on the outside, third, and moving up is Oh My Son. In fourth spot is Somebody Like You, trying to slot into the 1-1. Has broken up. It was out 3 wide and working hard, but has now gone for a gallop. And in second spot is Oh My Son, sitting without cover. Leaders back and enjoying a nice trip as Save Our Pennies. Xenia fourth, Somebody Like You gets going again. Then Tiavon's Dream locked Xenia. Tiavon's Dream, the pegs. Ain't That Right, Mac is winding up. Will be very wide. Off the back straight at the 400. Shifty Wall from Oh My Son, Save Our Pennies, awaits the Garrard sprint lane. And then out wider running on is Ain't That Right, Macca. Getting through was Xenia. Tiavon's Dream held up and Cyclone Lucky 7 last in the red colours wide out. Turning for home and Ain't That Right, Macca. It descends, looms up to hit the lead from Oh My Son. Cyclone Lucky 7 getting home, and they were followed by Xenia. Leader 100 out is Ain't That Right, Macca. Cyclone Lucky 7 dives but missed. And big win, Ain't That Right, Macca, coming from last as one.